The MA Fashion Journalism is a multidisciplinary approach to journalism which encompasses visuals, styling, production, market research, and of course writing. Students today need to multitask, and that's what we aim to do. 5 things that I'm looking for from a student. First of all, they have to love the subject matter and be prepared to work hard. Number 2, they have to recognise that it's not just about writing, it's about being visual, so they need to understand what's good and bad visually and know the whole magazine market. Number 3, they need to love writing, and they need to be able to tailor that writing to lots of different aspects within the market. Number 4, they need to have guts. Journalism, is about picking up the phone to people you don't know, knocking on the door, getting into the show without a ticket. You have to have balls. And 5, they need to understand that it's a steep learning curve. It's a very vocational course, and you need to really change your skill set and come out at the end of the day as someone who could launch their own magazine or go straight to work on another publication. The nature of MA is self-directed, so unlike a bachelor's degree, you're very much given the work and really you go and get on with it yourself, and then really you refer back to your course director, i.e. me, for a tutorial, so it's very much guided learning. We do actually do quite a lot of teaching compared to a lot of other MAs, and certainly that's a mixture of myself imparting knowledge, other members of staff, members of the research team at London College of Fashion, and we have a huge range of industry speakers, because I think as part of the MA portfolio at the college, probably fashion journalism is one of the more vocational MAs. It has to be, because you are entering into an industry which is about commodity. I think on the MA Fashion Journalism, the students' career prospects are healthy despite the fact that we are in a tough economic climate. I think this is for a number of reasons. One is that there's a lot of industry input into the course, and I think that's crucial. There's nothing worse than being taught on an MA with somebody who's not in touch with the industry. Number 2, the research that the students put together, especially for their final project where they produce and print and design and coordinate their own magazine, is also backed up with a serious piece of market research. And quite often students getting jobs from that have, in the course of putting their research together, have spoken to all the different editors and journalists that really are relevant to the project they're doing. So when they finish the course, they already have a fantastic book of contacts which hopefully they can capitalise on. We have different people from NatMags, Condé Nast, Evening Standard. We have a lot of input from the Evening Standard, ES magazine especially, Grazia, Good Housekeeping, people who've set up their own independent magazines like Let Them Eat Cake, people from the web, people from WGSN. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. People from book publishers such as Thames and Hudson. So it's quite wide-ranging, because the sort of number of career opportunities from the course are wide-ranging as well. People may end up going into something like PR, they may end up styling, they may end up writing, they may end up, producing and launching their own magazine, which has happened a couple of times off the back of the course. I think it's crucial, certainly within journalism, because it's such a vocational subject, that the staff working on the course actually aren't just involved in teaching. So I actively maintain my own journalism career, and I also consult for a number of companies. I work with the British Fashion Council. I'm one of the talent scouts for London Fashion Week, which means that specifically I go out into the marketplace to look at young designers, and should they be of a relevant standard, then we kind of think about incorporating them into the new generation scheme which we run. I also do some work within interiors, because I think one of the things with fashion journalism is that fashion really transcends clothes, and it's in every aspect of your life, and so some of the students who come off the course go and become straight fashion journalists. Others end up in interiors, lifestyle, the whole sort of affiliated industries. And so, that's another big part of the work I do professionally outside of the college. I think you need to be really passionate about fashion. I think even if you come from a background where you've never done anything visual, we have quite a lot of applicants who come from humanities courses, English literature, classics, etc. You have to be aware and prepared to become creative. I think it's not enough now just to be able to write great copy. You have to present it and visualize it in an incredibly professional way. You have to be able to multitask. So back to your question, what do you expect for people who want to apply? A, they have to be passionate. B, there's a very steep learning curve ahead of them, but that's the name of the game. You need to be visually literate, and you need to read and absorb as many different bits of fashion information, both visually and intellectually, as you possibly can. and have a good sense of humour.